my mic apparently defaulted to just the default. Means my mic wasn't working, because, you know, PCs decide to just do that every now and then. Hi guys, just good afternoon. It is not nice to know that you've been sick all day, but it's nice to have you here. Thank you for joining, as always. And I need to crop that screen a little bit. But yes, we are starting Pokemon. We are doing my first ever Nuzlocke. And I'm hoping that this layout, like, looks alright. For the sake of doing, like, you know, obviously we're doing a 3DS game. We've got to have, like, that dual screens up. We don't really have any specific rewards at the moment. Just because I'm mainly stressed about the fact that, like, this is me doing a Nuzlocke for my first ever run. And I want to kind of just focus on, you know, keeping my Pokemon alive, etc. Yes, I've seen those as suggestions. I am going to play on set. Other than that, I'm pretty much going to be playing, like, you know, standard rules for a Nuzlocke. I've got the rules up, so I can go through that for everyone in a second. I'm just gonna... no, it's like, it's one of those of, like, I'm fine to, I might do the Pokemon based on a vote, rather than ID number, but in terms of, like, Pokemon style of battle, I'm gonna go for set for sure. So, Nuzlocke rules. Also, in terms of, like, music and stuff, I am emulating the game at 1.5 times speed, just because generally one of the, you know, it's one of the games that is quite a slow start, so just want to get into things a bit quicker and stuff, but, yeah, it's like, I don't want to play too fast. I've got the option to switch to 300%, but I figured, like, 1.5 is, like, still reasonable enough to notice what's going on and everything. But yes, Nuzlocke rules. A Nuzlocke is a Pokemon challenge run intended to create a unique and more challenging gameplay experience through a set of self-imposed rules. While there are many optional rules and restrictions you can include, a Nuzlocke challenge consists of 3 basic rules. Number 1, any Pokemon that faints must be released or boxed permanently. It is considered dead for the rest of the challenge. And we're gonna, I'm gonna be trying to remember to use this Nuzlocke tracker that I've got, but I'm also gonna keep the Pokemon but box them in a graveyard like a lot of people do. Hi, Media Watcher. Thank you for joining. We're just going through the rules, but yes, that is, like, the big main crux of the Nuzlocke is, like, yeah, your Pokemon go to the graveyard if they are fainted, and I'm not going to do any gives or anything like that. I'm not going to have, like, a mulligan. I'm just going to, straight up, the spirit of the rules are to, like, every single Pokemon just dies on one faint. Number 2, only the first wild Pokemon encountered in a route or area can be caught. If the player fails to catch it, i.e. it flees or faints, their opportunity to catch a Pokemon in that area is lost. One thing I will be doing is I'll be keeping a, like, note of which Pokemon we have caught, and I think a lot of Nuzlockes consider the duplicate cores. If the first Pokemon in an area is one that a player already owns, they may continue battling until they encounter a Pokemon they do not own yet, and then attempt to capture it. So that just prevents the player from running into, like, you know, a Rattata at the start of every route and only having a team full of Rattatas. So yeah, it's like one of those of just, it's just a way to try and alleviate the fact that your entire party's just the same bunch of Pokemon. And then number 3, the player must nickname all Pokemon they catch or obtain. This is not technically necessary for the run, but is universally accepted as part of a Nuzlocke to try and help you, you know, grow bonds with the Pokemon that you catch. Yeah, I've heard, like, pretty positive things about the Marvels from, like, people that I follow. And I'm looking forward to go and seeing it. And yeah. That is one thing that I'm going to try and do. I'm not going to be strict on it. But this Nuzlocke tracker does give me a hint at, like, it tells me, sorry, words. For example, the first gym is Santaloon Gym, and the highest level Pokemon her Pokemon I go to are level 12. And yeah, I'm gonna try and stick to that. I'm not gonna be over leveling my Pokemon, but I'm also not gonna be super strict on it. I'm not gonna, like, remove a Pokemon if they happen to be level 12 and, like, you know, I'm gonna just avoid using them and stuff as much. But yeah, I'm not gonna be super strict on it, but I'm also not gonna sit here and just over level the Pokemon to shit. So I'm gonna get a poll running in chat for the first, like, 5 minutes or so, just to decide what our starter can be, because, you know, it's gonna take us a few minutes to do the intro and stuff. Good. So I'll keep that up for, like, 5 minutes or so, just for anyone that comes in. I know that, like, we've only recently started, so, which starter Pokemon? Choose. And it is a choice between, there is Chespin, who turns into Chestnut. There is Fennekin, who turns into Delphox. And then there is Froakie, who turns into Greninja. There we go. Leave that up for a couple of minutes, just while we do the intro and stuff of the game. Should all be good and ready to go. Oh, the game just started, like, freezing as I did that, and I was like, don't you dare. It's like, we're ready to go, crashes. No, please don't. Please don't do that, game. Oh no. I'm hoping it's just, you know, getting into things a little bit. So I always just name my character Harley. So we're gonna go Harley. I'm like, for the Lala, I want to keep Lala for, like, you know, Carl and I. It feels wrong not doing, like, last time when we were Lala, I was like, I didn't feel right doing Lala just because, like, Carl wasn't there. There was no all in my Lala. I know, it just felt a bit weird being like, oh, well, Lala, and it's like, well, why is it Lala? It's like, oh, because Carl and I picked Lala, and it's like, but Carl isn't here. It feels weird to be, like, facing the run around that. I'm gonna go with, like, you know, my like, constant name Pokemon has been, I think, since Gen 6. Maybe it was Gen 5, I can't remember. Oh yeah, you look there, don't you? I think we're running a little bit choppy every now and then, but I think it's because I'm, like, capturing my screen twice and stuff, and, like, this is why I normally don't do, this is why I normally capturing things with a capture card from, like, a console, because I know the game is going to run fine, and we're not going to get any, like, dips in performance or anything. Like that. That's what I'm worried about. I did have it, like, all set up and tried beforehand, and, like, not streaming, everything was running well, but obviously there's the addition of, like, streaming it, I guess, like, maybe has, like, a slight more impact on my PC than just running it on OBS and hoping for the best. But it's not game breaking or anything. We're mostly sticking to that 1.5 times speed. But yeah, there's just those occasional, just like, chugs. At least it's only Pokemon. And this is the game where, like, they really went for... Oh, you're not having a rival anymore. You've got, like, a group of fucking friends, and it's, like, each... I do quite like the friends. But yeah, sure. Or Little H. But it's just, like... Yeah, the fact that there's, like, 4 friends that all have, like, different aspects to them, but they all don't really have enough of a personality to stand out. I'm gonna go just with Little H. Oh no, to be fair, we get... I think we should be getting them to call us Triple H. There we go. And I just get my friends to all call me in Triple H. I believe you can guarantee a Pidgey as your first encounter. That's pretty cool. New dog can't quit smoking weed. No, it's like part of his brand. To be fair enough, he does, but like, that's so wild. Okay, perfect time for the poll to end then. There we go, Froakie is the winner. You know what, Ross? For you, the Froakie can be called Gusset. Since it's the first name we've had suggested, let's go. But before, I do need to know what Gusset means. What is Gusset? Before I confirm, I need to know. It doesn't seem anything sinister when I Google it. But I need to close that poll as well. I just don't want it to mean some secret, bad, awful thing. I generally trust you all. Not really. Okay. You have to buy Pokeballs before getting the catch tutorial, but you're guaranteed to encounter Pidgey. Oh, that's fine. That's okay. We're all, you know, we're all adults here. I just don't want to be like, you know, something really nasty. It's not really rudeness that I'm bothered about on streams like this. It's like, if it's like, not that I expect it from you. I just, you know, always want to be careful. But like, if it's something I'm not familiar with and it's like accidentally just some like horrible thing that's like just some word of hatred that I don't know about, it's like, you know, you always want to be careful. Always got to moderate. Good old Pokedex. Triple H, please take this with you. Yes. It should just be like Triple H obtain the letter for the... Grimgoo, thank you. You know, the thing is, I keep always being like, I should swap the ears out. Because I've got like, between me and my partner, we've got like multiple different colours of these. And I'm like, oh, I should mix and match the little ears that pop off. And I forget, and I've forgotten for years. Yeah, I definitely have not heard of that word before, Ross, so I'm just gonna little Fennekin. Like, that's the thing is, right now, like, what is the spirit of the Nuzlocke run mean when it comes to, like, your first battle? Like, is there a clause in Nuzlocke of, like, oh no, if your Pokemon dies on its first battle, like, just, it doesn't die yet? Or is it just, fuck you? Also, yeah, like, some of the, bits in the emulation, like, some of the text and stuff in the Pokemon battles, like, some of the assets don't look great. But I don't know if that's just because, like, some things don't, like, get automatically upscaled very well, because it's just doing some basic, like, auto-upscaler job to try and make it look a bit nicer. Yeah, the start of Pokemon X is just like, okay, come on. One of the main reasons that I'm, like, playing on 1.5 times speed, because just, like, there's so much stoppage in the start of Pokemon X. And, like, I know a lot of Pokemon games like that, but Pokemon X and Pokemon Sun both really feel like they're just, like, we are going to hold your hand for a while. Request. I request that your child go out on an adventure and, like, go into these dangerous worlds at the ripe old age of, like, about fucking 12. I think we're meant to be a little bit older than, like, you know, initially I think, like, Ash, it's like, you've turned 10, it's time to get your first Pokemon. It's just like, God. Like, it's one of the most technically dangerous worlds, even though it's obviously given, like, that charmsy, cutesy overlay instead of, like, you know, it's essentially this world could be as dangerous like fucking Monster Hunter is. Because, you know, it's literally dangerous to go in long grass outside your fucking front door. But yeah, don't worry, you'll be fine. You'll be okay. You haven't hit puberty yet. That's when the monsters really start paying attention and coming after you. You've got a few years of being safe. Is it here that we go? I feel like Pokemon should be set in a post-apocalyptic world. I mean, I guess this kind of technically is, right? Because there's, like, the ultra weapon or whatever it is at the end of this game. Like, essentially the weapon that the bad team want to go ahead and like, activate is the World Ender, basically. And that got used previously, right? That's the story of... This is like, it got used hundreds of years ago or whatever. Oh. Okay. Encounter number 1 it is then. We've got our Pidgey. Hope the bubble doesn't kill it. Okay. I guess just for now, to try and play it safe, just use a Pokeball. Cool. Yeah, I just went and got 10 balls from the shop instead. And that's the real question, is now what do we nickname Pidgey? We will give Pidgey a nickname. I'm gonna... First Pokemon, Brokey. Just it. I didn't check its status or... but I didn't check its nature. So, add Brokey to our team. 2, first encounter was a Pidgey. We captured it. Put it on our team. Elf. I'm gonna go with Ace. You know, I'm a sucker for the name Ace just because of One Piece. So I'm gonna go with Ace. Maybe could have picked a better Pokemon than Pidgey for Ace, but we'll go with it. Our first one. And then we also need to make sure that we... Options, text speed fast, file set, battle background. Oh cool, yeah, let's put the UV. Save while we're here. So yeah, that's all before we Well, I'm glad the headphones have left a good impression. Nice to just see new people coming in. We are happy to have you here, yeah. That's the secret, is just like, you gotta separate yourself out with Kai. Yeah. I mean, it's a good thing, you know, they showed us how to capture a Pokemon beforehand. So we've already caught Ace, but yeah, sure. You know what? Well, at least we can speed this bit up, right? Click on the app. Let's just speed through this little tutorial. That's why I wanted to just have this ability of just like every now and then, just if something's going real slow, just like little tutorial moments like that, I can just speed it up. Go to like triple speed instead. I'm kind of like not going in with the idea of a dream team. There's a couple of like Pokemon I would really like, but I don't remember. In terms of like Mega Pokemon, I don't remember how many Mega Pokemon you get access to before Endgame. So I remember a lot of the Endgame in Pokemon X was going around picking up all the Mega Stones. Because, like, for example, one of my favorite Mega Pokemon is Mega Absol. Because just, you know, it appeals to my inner emo. And I'm like, I don't remember whether you can actually get access to Mega Absol in the campaign of Pokemon X or not. Yeah, just like... I really love Mega Absol as one of my favorites, but I just don't remember whether we're going to ever be able to use Mega Absol in this game. Yeah, I like have a shiny from when Mega Pokemon was still a thing, and like used to be able to use my lovely shiny Mega Absol. Same with the Gardevoir I've got as well. Like, Mega Gardevoir shiny is really cool. And with, like, the black dress. And now it's like, but Mega Gardevoir just doesn't exist. Like, Mega Pokemon just don't exist anymore. Alright, yeah. No, it's all good. Like, I'm pretty happy with just kind of, you know, seeing where things go with this Nuzlocke. I don't really want to plan things out because I might just get let down. with like not having, you know, the ideal team or whatever, because obviously you might not, your Pokemon might die, or your Pokemon might not be the one, you know, the one encounter you get per route. So I'm very much just like, we'll see where the wind takes us with this one. I may quickly head back and go get healed up, though. That first trainer battle. I'm going to try my best to not be, like, going to the Pokemon Center after every single battle I've ever done. But, you know, with it being my first Nuzlocke, I'm just really scared. I don't want to lose all my friends immediately. I did miss to that chat from you. I was just like, I missed the chat about the voice actor, and then was like, wait, who's not a crazy nut job? Who's been in a car accident? It's like, okay. But yeah, that's it's not nice either way, but at least it wasn't like they went on some rampage. Come on. Just, that's the thing, is like, I'm like, we got 2 levels on it, got an extra Pokemon. I'm so scared of the crits, the random crits. I've seen just so many people felled by, like, the most bullshit, like, flinch into crit kind of combos in Nuzlocke where they've just been, like, annihilated out of nowhere. And then I want to say that we should probably start using Pidgey in the forest. Try and take advantage of some of those like easy bug and grass type Pokemon. But let's just get a few Cades up while I remember to try and take a drink. Oh dear. I think my PC just like died a bit trying to get Cade Wall up. I'm just like, oh dear. So hopefully, like, I wasn't paying attention. That my Twitch preview literally stopped on there, but hopefully people got Cades okay. My Twitch preview went down to like 1 frame a second and then just paused itself and was like, no, I'm alright, thanks. Let's not do this. Okay. Oh yeah. Chill Hill Pokemon. So let's utilize Gusset to hopefully get our first Pokemon and then start training Ace up a little bit. I'm waiting to like... Ugh! Panpour! I guess people start thinking of names for this sad little... Ugh. Great. 2 water Pokemon as our first 3 Pokemon. I don't know. What is the rule on trading when it comes to Nuzlocke? Like, in terms of, like, in-game trades and stuff. Oh, well, the crit killed Panpour anyway. Like... Just the game's like, you don't want Panpour. It's okay. It's okay. You don't want them. It's fine. You didn't need a Pokemon from the forest. Stick with 2. I genuinely think that might have been the better option. Hang on. No, not Mist isn't. It was like, using that Nuzlocke tracker, it was like, oh, what happened? Like, did you capture it? And I put dead, and it's like, oh no, your Pokemon fell to like, you know, it underestimated the opponent's team, and it's like, no, it didn't. I just missed. I missed it. Yeah, I genuinely think Kill and Pampol might have been the best, the best outcome. Do we need to actually ask her to heal us? Yes. Okay. Just so I'm remembering while we're training up Ace a little bit here to be like, we could have got, yeah, we could have got like Scatterbug. We could have ended up with like, oh my god. Okay, just keep using String Shot, Scatterbug. We haven't even got access to Peck or anything like that yet. I think the actual answer is that you never want to be left with not enough pasta. It's like, if you've got a bit of spare pasta, like pasta on itself, like the actual just pasta, is pretty cheap. And like, if you make a little bit too much and you have to waste a little bit, that's fine. But if you don't have enough pasta, that's really sad. So I'm the same with like rice and pasta, is like, I'll just always make a little bit too much. Or sometimes a lot too much. But also it's fine to like reheat the next day and stuff, right? It's like, maybe we should. Ooh, actually, this is just a bad time all around, really, with a Pansage. While we don't have, I couldn't get away. Shit. Try again. So I was like, well, I'll just swap into the Froakie, but if it actually has a grass move, we could get fucked. Yeah, I think I'll do like switch training, but not against the Pansage, because if it actually, as I say, if it does have a grass move, then right now we would be screwed. Yeah, you can fry day-old pasta, as long as, like, you know, I mean, if you burn it while you're frying it, then it's not going to be nice, it's not going to taste nice, but, like, you can do it. It's, as long as you get it, like, slowly back up to, like, you know, enough of a safe temperature, then you can basically do whatever the hell you want with it. So, like, the real problem is leaving things at room temperature and then eating them at room temperature later on. Like, I've done it before. I'm not saying, like, you can't, but that's, like, what's meant to be the like, danger in terms of eating old food and stuff. I didn't think about that. Yeah, you're right. I was just thinking what's going to kill it the fastest, but yeah, true. You'll just get free XP just for Pidgey on its own. Yeah, that's the thing is, like, normally I never have to, I'm not really, like, you know, obviously equated with Nuzlocke yet. So, just, my instincts aren't there, whereas normally I'm just like, catch everything, train them up a bunch. Yeah, I'm not fighting these people, I'm just following them. Hopefully we can just take out a flag. Why would you growl on us? Bloody hell. That's the thing is, I don't want to switch train too much, Because as I say, I don't want to be in a position where I'm like over-level a Gusset for the first gym or anything like that. It looks like the next thing we have to do anyway is the first gym, is that right? It doesn't have any more routes between us and the first gym anyway. This little tracker, it just seems to be under the idea that the next thing we've got to do is the gym. Oh, fuck's sake, poison, really? The only thing I really did is ask the emulator to up-res it. Like, what's my emulation doing at the moment? Yeah, it's just running at 4 times native resolution. Nothing really else going on. I tried using like the no lines filter, but I think it makes some things look really janky and annoying, as much as it makes the Pokemon models look a bit nicer. I need to ask you to heal my Pokemon. Poisoned. In that case, then, yeah, I definitely don't want to level up Gusset too much. As long as we're just fighting little bugs like this, then he should be fine even without a flying move at the moment. Yeah. Could be alright. The growl. Even 2 growls. It's just gonna take a little bit longer. I'm happy to take, like, the 4 HP damage. It depends what you mean when it says, like, so, you know, rules. For example, like, in terms of, like, the optional rule of, like, setting yourself a level cap compared to the gym leader, I'm going to be pretty, like, relaxed on that. I'm going to try and do my best to keep around the same levels. I'm not going to set myself a strict level cap with that. But when it comes to, like, you know, Pokemon dying, catching the first Pokemon that you see, those stuff I'm going to be very strict with. Those are, like, the official Nuzlocke rules, and, like, those are the ones that I'm like, I'm definitely going to stick to that, because I want to make sure I'm having an authentic, like, actual first Nuzlocke experience, and not giving myself too much leeway. Like, I've played every single Pokemon game. It's not like I don't know the mechanics of Pokemon. So there's no real excuse other than, you know, either getting unlucky or me, like, not, you know, making stupid decisions or not paying attention. But yeah, in terms of, like, all the extra optional stuff, I'm not including most of them, and yeah, I'm not doing, like, a strict level cap. Virgin Wi-Fi has child lock on by default. What sense? Because, like, I don't think I've ever had to unchild lock my game. Shinies, I'm not gonna catch shinies. Like, I'm not gonna give myself extra allowance for shinies. Maybe if I was running it on something that I can transfer my Pokemon into Pokemon Home. Like if I was playing, like, on my Switch, then I would do that. I would catch any shiny, but because I can't transfer them anywhere, it's like I'm not gonna oh, for fuck's sake. Shit. Hopefully it doesn't have an electric move yet. It does. Oh, fuck. Okay. Guess it can at least take a couple of those hits. Thunder Shock, physical or special? Okay, that's fine. We're all good. Oh! Well, I guess that's our first. It's special, okay, yeah. Then Tail Whip wasn't gonna come into the equation. Lick. We might as well get rid of Pound for Lick just because we've got quick attack anyway. Just Pound with priority. Oh, Aceland Gust. Excellent. Level 9 and 10 as well, which is good now. But, just the fact we were both weak to the Thunder Shock, it's like... Oh, God. Yeah. Just to me, though, like, Thunder Shock feels like it could have been, like, you know, kind of physical in the sense that maybe, like, the Pokemon electrifies itself and hits you or something like that. Could just... Okay, 2 shots on Poland. Wait. Yeah, I do like the idea that, like... How have you got to turn child safe mode off then? Because that does that literally mean, like... You know... Virgin essentially is like, you're not allowed to look up any adult stuff on the internet unless you, like, get in contact with us. And be like, please, I want to see boobies. Like, do you literally have to do that? To be fair, like, that would be an interesting conversation to, like, call up customer service and, like, go really over the top with. Just make, you know, just make this poor person feel really uncomfortable of, like, I need it now. Oh, okay, that's a bit more boring. Like, is there a bot that you can complain of, like, please, I need it? Like, at the end of November, please activate, like, adult mode. I'm pretty sure as well, like, most of the things I have to fucking research for clips and stuff, they'd literally have to be, like, I wouldn't be able to search for half the stuff I search for. We obtained adventure rules. What the fuck? What are adventure rules in Pokemon? Like? What contains all the points to a new trainee's journey? Okay. Wow. Very basic stuff then. Are we healed? Yeah, we are. Let's do the battle first. No, yeah, I figured it was useless, but I wondered how useless it was. I was wondering, like, how inept does Caleb think we are that we need to, like, be told throw Pokeballs at Pokemon to catch them? little Azurill. So, for example, not that I would want to, but with the clause of, like, not getting the same Pokemon, if I, say, for example, found a Panpour on this route now, I would still have to catch the Panpour, right? Because it's any Pokemon that I haven't already obtained. The duplicate clause is, if they encounter one, they may continue to encounter until they find a Pokemon they do not own. Okay. So it's not like I can find a Panpour again and be like, oh, well, I've already found one Panpour in the wild. I can't catch another Panpour. Yeah, I have to catch it since I didn't already. I'm pretty sure, like, that's one of the only places in the game that you can find them. A Bunnelby. I might just... maybe we'll go for a tackle. Don't think that should one-shot a Bunnelby. Bunnelby. Pokeball. Excellent. Oh yeah, it's more thinking like Nuzlocke rules wise, but yeah, if the terminology is like, you can like opt to not catch a Pokemon that you already have owned, or that you don't own. There we go. Well, we've got to give Bunnelby a nickname. So if anyone's got a nickname in mind for a Bunnelby / a Diggersby. If not, then I'm just going to go with Dig Dug, because I know Diggersby likes to dig. Bunstable. Right. Fair enough. Bunstable's good. Bunstable works for Diggersby as well. Like, I can see a Diggersby becoming a cop. And that's not in a good way. To clarify, I'm not the biggest fan of Diggersby. That's the thing, is like, I wouldn't even know that it's a FNAF reference. I would be blissfully unaware. Let's get some sausages on the go, so remind myself to hydrate again. Just the one Cade left that didn't want to go. Also, I presume people have been fine so far. I haven't seen anyone complain, so I'm presuming that that means that the layout for the 2-screen looks fine. I know there's a bit of like the overlap with the bottom screen, but I presume people would rather see the bottom screen than not. Oh, for fuck, why couldn't we have got an Azurill? God damn it. Fine encounter. We got Bunnelby. We nicknamed it. Dunstable. Captured. And then I believe it's not long. Is it Santaloon City where they're just like, fuck it, you get XP all? It's like really early on, right? Monster Balls at level 4. After the first gym. Yeah, Azurill would have been... I don't think you passively EV train in this one. You can do that in like Pokemon Sword and Shield for sure. But oh shit. Just hope for the best here. Oh, it's... I thought that was neutral for some reason. The super training feature is an active minigame that you can do. That's where you, like, fire the footballs into the goals and nets and stuff. But yeah, I don't think there's any way to do it, like, passively in this game. As far as I can remember, it's been a while. And also, yeah, I'm not doing that whole optional thing of, like, oh, you can only use each Pokemon Center once. Again, I'm gonna not try and go back to a Pokemon Center every bloody battle. I'm gonna try and refrain from doing so. But I'm also not gonna be like, here's limited uses on a gym, on a center. We have 4 in the bag. We're okay for now. Yeah, I think it's to stop people just, like, going absolutely ham on just, like, grinding it out. You know, standing, like... Or, like, to be fair, going to one Pokemon battle, running all the way back, running to the next Pokemon battle, running all the way back. Yeah, I've never heard that rule. I've never seen anyone using that rule when I've seen other people talk about Nuzlocke rules, but there is, like, when I click on this, like, nuzlockeuniversity.ca, like, optional rules, the first one in the, like, bigger list of optional rules is limiting the number of times each Pokemon Center may be used, e.g. once per run. And I was like, nah. That doesn't sound like something I want to do. You know what? Buy a cycling cap. So let's get something immediately to just differentiate ourselves from, like, you know, standard look straight away. There we go. Differentiate ourselves a little bit. Good hit, Shadow. Heard like quite a few people at the moment just playing in like the UK, just getting like new prescriptions or getting your actual like your medication is like proof. So good to hear. Ugh, can't be arsed. Like, you know, one of those of like, I'm so annoyed with shit like that where it's like, but yeah, people can't get medication. It's like, what the fuck are we doing in this place? Like, fucking hell. Yeah, it's just disgraceful. Like the fact that you even have to do that. It just shouldn't be a thing. Why don't you trade a Bunnelby for my Farfetch? Did we come up with a ruling on... Does it say about trade rules in here? I'm not sure that really, like, we having a a bloody Pidgey and Farfetch'd on the team is a better idea than having a Bunnelby or Diggersby anyway. Yeah. I mean, people on Reddit seem to be... Yeah, no, it's more just the fact that, like, we haven't, like, come up with a kind of conclusion on whether that, like, what the ruling was for that. Because, yeah, it's, like, not a good trade to really make, because we just end up with another flying Pokemon on our team, which doesn't make too much sense at the moment. But more just talking about, like, in general, what are we thinking about in-game trades? Like, most people seem to say that, like, either just go for it, from what I can read here, or, like, what I just quickly ran through on, like, Reddit there is, like, just people either being like, oh, it counts as, like, your Pokemon for that city, but then there's not really ways to get many Pokemon in cities anyway, and then other people just being like, yeah, it counts as another Pokemon that you can get for, like, a new thing, so it's not really anything to worry about, just, like, do all the in-game trades you want. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's what some people were saying, is like, yeah, you just can't you can't do an in-game trade and then go fishing in the same city or something like that. But then other people are just being like, well, it's another new way of getting a Pokemon, like, just, you know, use them if you want them. But I think it makes sense to be like, well, they count as, like, your one Pokemon for that location, which is the city that you're in. Yeah, that's the thing, is, like, it's all well and good having an NHS and, like, having free healthcare, but when it completely lets you down, like, what's the fucking point in having it? Like, universal healthcare, great, when it works. Like, right now it's just falling apart. Yeah, exactly, like, every option you've got in a city is just, like, a pretty bad way of getting a Pokemon. There's nothing great. Can we not do spins in this one? Was it only, like... Oh, you can do, like... Yeah, like, you walk away still doing the weird spin. What's in here? Oh, this is like the Pokemon. Thank you for some extra. Well, actually, like, I never use the X attack and defense, but they might actually come in handy in a Nuzlocke. The Lucario. Yeah, I guess, like, gift Pokemon, I guess, are, like, another thing where I'd be like, yeah, I think gift Pokemon are fair trade. If trade Pokemon a fair game, I think gift Pokemon a fair game. I might not even use the Lucario because I'm not a big fan of Lucario. But I think they're fair game in terms of rule set, at least in my eyes. Good idea to put Monster Ball in there, try and get a level or two. I think the thing is, though, Shadow, is like, £110 is not really the point. The point is that we're meant to, you know, be in a country where healthcare is free, well, free, quote-unquote, part of, you know, the taxes we pay, etc. The fact that we're paying taxes and then not getting the medical cover that we need, that's the bullshit part. Yeah, I don't really have a problem with Lucario in the sense of, like, I think Lucario is a pretty mid-design. Mega Lucario is a little bit cooler. But I think it's pretty low tier in terms of the Mega Pokemon. And then it's like the real problem I've got is the amount that they tried to push it as like a brand new mascot for Gen 4. It's like it got this completely unearned push before people even decided whether they liked it or not. And that's what annoys me about Lucario, is like they put it in Smash Bros when like no one gave a shit about him. Like they replaced Mewtwo's slot in Smash Bros with Lucario, and it's like, but no one really decided like Lucario was a fan favorite. It's like the opposite to Greninja, where like Greninja was a fan favorite and then got added into Smash, even though that's technically not really the way it worked, because apparently before the game even came out, Sakurai just saw Cool Frog Ninja and went, I want that one. But the way the timeline worked out was people decided Greninja was a fan favorite, and then later on we got Greninja in Smash Bros. I mean, I also have the exact same problem with Charizard and with Mewtwo, is that, like, okay, they were pushed because of how popular they are, but it's like, I don't need 2 Mega Charizards and Mega Mewtwo's. I don't need every single generation for Charizard to be available and overhyped, and, like, the fact that it was, like... I guess we're gonna get a Lucario earlier than we thought. I guess that's one part of the answer. Or we have the chance to, at least. Oh yeah, like, again, I don't really dislike the way that Lucario necessarily plays in Smash Bros. It's more just like, yeah, the unearned push that Lucario got. And like, I just hate how it's like, I get it, like, Pikachu gets pushed as a mascot because Pikachu's the mascot of Pokemon. But like, all these like side mascots they have, where it's like, even, you know, some of my favorite Pokemon are Evolutions and Eevee itself. I love the fact that like Eevee has become its own mascot by like fan push. But I hate the fact that like everywhere you go, it's just like Pikachu, Charizard, Eevee, Mewtwo, and then occasionally some of the other ones like Lucario. And it's like, but I don't want you to decide what my favorite Pokemon are. I want to decide what my favorite Pokemon are. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was like the 5% encounter on this route. Like, we got a really good encounter, but it's, again, it's like the... Okay, but I'm not the biggest fan. I get, like... Name it bait. You know what baits are good. We'll go with bait. So, yeah. Oh, my Nuzlocke tracker actually keeps track of what's a dupe as well. Which is nice of it. You can encounter a Diggersby on this route? This is Route 22, right? Yeah, Route 22. Maybe there's like a later game encounter that you can get or something. Yeah, so that's just it's both interesting to get the like rare encounter after we... so maybe we got like a couple of bad starts with not getting like the Azurill or something first and then getting the Panpour. Although I guess Azurill wouldn't have been a great one either, because we would have ended up with another water Pokemon. So like I prefer Azurill and Azumarill to Bunnelby and Diggersby and Marill as well, but like I guess it wouldn't have been great for the team we've got. But yeah, just also the fact that we were talking about we don't like Lucario and then we get fucking Riolu for more. No, this game doesn't have Sneak, right? I think Sneak was just Oras. I think. Yeah, Azumarill gets Fairy, so we'd have a Fairy type, I believe. But we'd eventually end up with, like, Water Dark, Water Fairy. Oh, look. Yes. Typing-wise, Lucario is great. Probably gonna fight inside. Predicting that it'll probably use a fighting type move. Oh, use counter. Okay. Human Gust is gonna do neutral, right? Super effective. Okay. It's hard to remember what Steel doesn't resist sometimes. And I don't even know, Riolu might not be Steel, right? Might just be fighting type to begin. Oh, the crit. I did think that did a lot. Riolu is mono fighting. Got it. Shit. I thought we'd done this encounter already. Okay, Bunstubble might be okay here. No, it really wasn't doing much. Oh, that was a crit. Okay. And we should be fine on the Goldeen at least. The best water type. Goldeen. I didn't think anyone had Goldeen listed as their favorite water. Like, I always think of Goldeen and Seeking of like, oh, okay. I was like, I always had a Goldeen kind of in the same bracket as like the Seal Dugong line of like just Pokemon that you basically forget exist half the time. Well done, Bunstable. You've done well. Yeah, Seal's kind of cute and derpy, but again, doesn't stop me forgetting that Seal exists as a Pokemon a lot of the time. Like, it's not a bad design, it's just a forgettable one. Gotta do it every now and then. Just style on your opponent. And Riolu is happiness, right? See you go. You know what? Let's just go to the gym, because the quicker we get this XP, all the better. Wait, how do we get in the gym? We just don't have the roller skates on. I haven't been yet. Let's do that now. We got any berries yet? Might just be good to give us a hell light. Literally do not have any held up. Okay, and then nature walk. Hit you. That's plus speed minus defense. I always forget whether the red and the blue are which way, because in my head, I think the red should be lowering and the blue should be highering, but it's the other way around. Which is great for Groki. Lowered special attack for Groki? For Froakie. Nice, lovely, low special attack there. That is careful. Great. That's fabulous for our nice, lovely special attacker. Jolly's not bad-ish. At least it raises attack. And then careful, which is pretty decent for a Lucario. As long as you're going for a physical one. Yes. Yeah, I was... Yes, I did put Ace first, yeah. Oh, that's what the characteristic is. Yeah, I wasn't aware of that. I just always thought it was like, oh, here's like a fun, random thing to like make a Pokemon seem a bit more, you know, unique. It's just we pick one of these random things that doesn't actually do anything. But fair enough, yeah. Yeah, so for example, like, I think does, like, the game, for example, when I step into this gym and go from, like, if Ace becomes a level 13, does it then not want me to use it on the gym leader because I've gone over-leveled? Is, like, that what people do? Because that just seems a bit silly. Like, when I'm in the gym, to then be like, no, you can't use that because of, like, level, you've gone over the level count. Again, I'm not strictly sticking to that because of, like, silly things like that. But it's just, like, ruling like that just sounds silly. Like, well, technically, you've just turned level 13, so now you can't use that against the gym leader anymore. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, is, like, try and stick within, like, a level or two of what the gym leader is, but just the idea of, like, oh man, like, you over-leveled, like, one battle before the gym, now you can't use it against the gym leader. It's like, not sticking to that rule as strictly as that. Galvantula is one of my favorite bug types. My favorite bug type is Charger Bug. Just, it's a fucking cute little bus. And, yeah, I can't get over just how fucking adorable the idea of, like, a little bug bus is. Plus, I really like it as a support Pokemon, having, like, an Eevio light, and it has battery as the ability, so it gives its, like, doubles partner that special attack boost. I'd say my other ones are Galvantula and Araquanid. So big up those spiders. I like Sizzlipede as well. I think Gen 8 did a really good job of having quite a few strong bug types. I think, like, in general, bug type design for Pokemon, they've really done better since, like, Gen 5, 6 kind of times. Like, first few gens, a lot of them were like, just, I don't know, it's a moth or it's a butterfly. Vivion's also one of my favorites just because of the gimmick of having the different designs. Like I think I've got every single, like, at one point anyway, when Pokemon X and Y were the most current gen, I did get all of the Vivion available in those games. I'm not sure if they've, like, secretly added more patterns without me realizing, but I got all, like, the Pokeball event one and the Sunset one that's only available in Hawaii and shit like that. I went on, like, the Vivion trading boards for all of those. I think the thing is, like, it's really difficult with Pokemon because, like, as, I don't remember whether I actually answered that question or I answered it in my head earlier, but, like, my favourite gen/games, or I thought were my favourite, were Heart Gold, Soul Silver. And now, after, like, you know, playing those through for my channel a while ago, like, a lot of glaring problems that I kind of forgot about when it comes to, like, the variety of Pokemon not available in the game and stuff, and the slowness of the game and the XP system in the game. There's kind of a lot of things that aren't as good as I thought they were. God, yeah, getting a male combi would be disappointing. And the thing that I said would happen is, like, we've turned level 13 just before the gym battle. I could see that one coming just from, like, the amount of XP I'd probably get from those 3 battles. Okay, it's just a potion. I just want to be safe. I'm going to save here, but that's not because I am with the intention of save scumming, and if anything goes wrong. Something goes wrong, something goes wrong. We're sticking to it. But yeah, I'm just saving for the sake of saving. Yeah. Oh, nervous. First gym. We've got a level 13 flying Pokemon. We should be good. There is a route that has a really high encounter rate for Combi and... what's the first one called? The first one, Floette? Or is that the second one? Anyway, the little fairy one that's sitting on top of the flower. And there's, like, those, like, the flower fields or something that they're called, that, like, is basically just, oh, well, it's that Pokemon or Combi because they're all just in the flowers. Oh, is it Masquerain that it's got as its second Pokemon? I think we'll be alright. Wasn't expecting Surskit to have quick attack, but there we go. Oh no, it's Vivian. Perhaps that changes between X and Y. Not sure. Yeah. Well, Vivian, which just should have... I think that just has, like, the Dust Shield or whatever as its ability. Oh, we got a crit. Okay. We should be fine. I don't think it's got anything to one-hit us from this point. Even with a crit. And then we just get a quick attack off. Go. Oh, fuck you. God damn it. I think Gust has a chance to kill it here, so we'll go with Gust. Ooh, infestation. Okay. That might be a swap out if we don't kill it now. Okay, no, we're good. I was like thinking maybe if that doesn't KO, then we just take the safe option and switch to like Froakie or something instead. But that means that now we should be available, XP all should be available to us, so should make training a lot less of a hassle. Oh yeah, shit, of course you can't switch out while invested. That's one of the things infested does, yeah. Yeah, that's what happens to me a lot of the time. A lot of the playthroughs I've done of Pokemon have been like ending up playing 5 to 10 hours of Pokemon games because of watching like games done quick and just watching someone else play Pokemon and being like, nope, I'm getting my DS or my Switch out or something. I'm playing on some Pokemon. And then yeah, as I say, a lot of it ends up with like, oh, the playthrough I've got of like Pokemon X on like my 3DS, where it's like I think I've restarted that 2 or 3 times and got into like Gym 3 or 4 and then just never finished it. Oh no. Hopefully you can find your charger at least. Well, you know, we made it through Gym 1. I'm proud of us all. Like, thank you for some help in chat. It's been appreciated, because as much as like maybe like around the times like Pokemon X and Y and Sun and Moon came out, I was pretty much like an up-to-date database on Pokemon. I could remember everything off the top of my head really well. Like, I think the past like few years have been a bit less involved with like my Pokemon kind of knowledge base. I've kind of forgotten quite a bit of it. It's like a lot of my oh yeah, of course, it's just XP share, but it goes to all Pokemon. It's not called XP all. It works like XP all did in the original. Yeah, because Nintendo for a long time really liked to just have proprietary chargers, because fuck you, you've got to buy one from us. It's like, just when like I had this issue when like my Wii U charger went missing, and it's like, really? I've like got to go out and like buy a Wii U charger now. And luckily I was able to find like a decent priced one online that wasn't an official one, so I didn't have to spend like 30 quid on one. But it's like, it's so annoying. It's just literally a way for, you know, companies to make sure you have to buy products from them rather than somewhere else. Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Like that, just go steal one from your brother. So what is considered the like next level cap? Again, soft level cap for us, but level 25, the Rock Gym Leader. Oh, that's a big gap between Gym 1 and 2. Okay. That's a big gap. So encounters here. Oh, that's it. Flabébé. That's the first one. Encounters here. Oh, we could get a Ralts if we're lucky. Obviously, that's going to be the rare encounter, but there's Budew, Combi, Flabébé, Ledibur, Ralts, and Skitty available in this route. I mean, yeah, they are very good at the fuck you pay me tech. Nintendo or Aces are. Like, one of the few companies that have been very successful with it, like, you're starting to see it a little bit more from PlayStation nowadays with their first party games, but the fact Nintendo games just like a Flabébé, okay, the fairy type, decent. Can't really complain about Floor. We did get the sucky colour though. Like, that's the only thing I can say that I'm disappointed is, like, just the yellow Flabébé. Like, we've really got to get the yellow version of this Pokemon. Like, ugh, the pink or the blue looks so much nicer. Oh, the crit. I was just thinking to myself, we should swap Pokemon because, like, it's only a level 6 that I'm trying to catch with and it could die. Ah. Well, at least it was only a Riolu. Like, in my head, I'm like, that's a strong Pokemon to have on our team. But I don't give a shit about Lucario. That's how little I care about Lucario. It's like, in terms of like, oh, having a steel fighting type on our team would have been good. We lost the Riolu. It's like, I don't care enough about Lucario to care. Yeah, we'll get over it. What should we call Flabébé? Other than just calling it Bay? Oh. Yeah, no, it won't be missed in my eye. And hey, we never had a Lucario, so technically the gift Lucario still counts. So we never obtained Lucario. Yeah, that will resist the crunch at least. Is Tyrant actually a dragon type, or is it just rock? Well, you missed our first death. Riolu died to the Flabébé that we caught, but we do have a Flabébé now. So it's up to someone in chat to come up with a nickname for Florges/Flabébé. Tyrant is Rock Dragon, and then Amora is Rock Ice. So I just threw a Pokeball at Flabébé, and it retaliated with whatever its fairy type move is, which is super effective and critted us and killed the Riolu. So yeah, I was saying, like, we can at least get the gift Lucario later, because we never got a Lucario, so it'll not count as a duplicate. You know what? I'm just going to call it Bay then. I'm just going to go with the nice, easy solution here. Just call it Bay. That's good then. Flabébé will evolve into Floette, but low enough. Yeah, the yellow is the bad one. I was upset that we got the yellow one of all. I should have probably been aware of the fact we were in the yellow flowers. I think that does correlate to which Flabébé you find. We've started moving again, so I should take off the gifts. I didn't see Pissflower. I did miss that, yeah. You know what? It was low-hanging fruit, Shadow, but so was Bay. So, you know, I can't really say much. Yeah, apparently so. Apparently we encounter Professor Sycamore soon, and we get one of the Kanto starters. So I presume we are going to vote that we get either Bulbasaur or Charmander. Jesus Christ, Corfish, calm down. I don't think do we fight the professor for it? Because all that come up as like a thing, and I was like, wait, at first I was like, oh, there's another trainer fight, and it's Professor Sycamore. And then was like, oh no, it'll just be that he gifts it to us. Yes, Sycamore was like the first in line for like the professors becoming hot, right? I think that was Sycamore that started that trend. Yeah, it was. You have to fight the 3 stars, then he gives you one. That might be a tough fight, actually. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be real hard for them to top themselves with Scarlet and Violet, because they just went for like, you know, Untamed Goddess and then Professor Fuckboy, and just like they just fully went into let's get sexy Professor time going. Yeah, literally the Chad meme. Don't do it. Yeah, okay. I thought we were plenty safe, but let's just go and heal. Let's calm the fuck down and go and heal somewhere. We've already had one death on this route from just being completely careless and forgetting that we were Nuzlocking. Like, I didn't forget that we were Nuzlocking, but I forget how cautious I should have been during a Nuzlocke because of the bullshit crits that can happen. I mean, yeah, like, I really like Ledian's design. As basic as it is, like, I do like the Ledian design, but, like, the idea of having the goddamn, like, Pokemon in our team be Ledian, just, it's not got enough stats. Really not. It's, like, one of the lowest stat totals for, a fully evolved Pokemon, I believe. Like, why are we missing just Mega Ledian with like 18 arms? And it's like, fuck it, he's got 500 attack stat now. Why did that not happen? Sorry, Bait. We hardly knew ye. I mean, my favorite final evolution of a starter is Greninja. So I'm glad people pick Froakie. I'm trying to think what other. I'm never like overly the starter Pokemon kind of person. Like Greninja, A is like one of the best starters, and B just has also one of the best shinies as well. I Oh yeah, biggest spurt was we had just playing Pokemon Infinite Fusions, and like we had a Swampert Gyarados combo that was like the most clutch Pokemon that we had. We didn't even have it in the party for half the time, but every like big clutch moment seemed to come down to biggest spurt, and biggest spurt always pulled through for us. Just like this scary ass Swampert Gyarados fusion, which is like this badass water dragon. Not literally a dragon type, a water type. But... yes, he really did. Every time biggest spurt was in the party, he just pulled something significant off. Also, yeah, I say that as I'm literally about to like walk right next to a trainer, but I didn't think about just avoiding trainer battles because they're riskier. It's a good point. Are you playing on Pokemon X and Y? Because that one is what, like, you press B start and X or something like that, or B up and X at the same time or something. I've only recently gone back and started a new one on it myself. It's fine. Plenty of vitamins in it. Hoping that you are just a Pokemon that we can feel. I don't know though, like, I wouldn't ever say like put orange juice on like a PS5, but I don't know, like I'm thinking like the original DS, like I presume you're playing, I think you said earlier you're playing on 3DS, Grimgoo, but like the original DS, like the one that launched, where it's like the big chunky clamshell, I think you could put that in like nearly anything and it would still work. A 3DS XL, like, still a little bit bulky, like, I mean, bulky's not the right word, like, sturdy, but I don't think it's as sturdy as, like, that big, chunky, like, original DS design was. I feel like I trust that more than most things. Like, a Game Boy is sturdier than it, but those DSs were, like, near impossible to fully break. Like, the 3DS were all pretty solid, but the DS and the DS Lite were just, like, chunky, sturdy little things that are real tough to take down. The boomerang controller, as in, like, the PS3, like, banana one that they showed off as, like, the prototype, and then just went, fuck it, just make it a shit PS2 controller. Get the PS2 controller and make it worse, please. I mean, I've not really done much with the XLs or, like, the new 3DS or anything. I've still got an original 3DS because I got the Ocarina of Time Special Edition one, so never really wanted to, like, upgrade my 3DS because I had the Ocarina of Time one and I really like the design on it. So that's a bit, like, old and doesn't run great, but I do think, like, some of the later 3DSs are, like, real top tier, and, like, even, like, I really want to get one of those Nintendo 2DS XLs. Like, just the newest, best version that they had of those, because those things looked really good. It's the Pokemon League. Just someone rocking up to the, Yeah, okay. I was like, please don't actually be battling me, because if that's the other side of the loop and this person's got, like, level 50 Pokemon, then we're doomed. Oh, the N64 one. See what I mean? Get what you mean about that being, like, the weird 3-prong boomerang thing, but, like, yeah, I think that the N64 controller is a terribly bad controller that, because of my nostalgia, I just really love. Like, I admit, it's a bad controller, and when I say that I like it, I don't think it's a good pad. I just really like it because, you know, it's what I grew up with. And I have a lot of fond memories for it. Also, you know, they were still back in the day where they had the balls to do, like, the really cool translucent plastic designs, and I still want to get, like, the collection of all the different, like, coloured translucent plastic N64 controllers. Like, those all look so cool. Like, that is peak 90s design, and I think, like, some of the 90s design that actually, like, holds up quite well is, like, I don't know if the Max, but with those colours, I don't know if they technically came out in these, I can't remember, but, like, that design is just one bit of aesthetic that I don't think has aged poorly at all. Oh god, yeah. I really want to learn at some point, kind of like on my list of things to eventually get round to. But you know, that list is many long and I rarely get round to, like, actually doing anything on it. But, like, one of those things that I would aspire to know how to do is, like, replace all of the, you know, shell of my controllers and my Game Boys and stuff, so that I could just DIY all that kind of stuff. And, you know, mod the screens to make them, like, the nice backlit modern screens, and, like, put USB-Cs in there and shit like that. Like, all that fun stuff. Oh no. Oh god, that hurts to hear. Yeah, if it was Game Boy, it would have been with a GBA, it would have been with just gold, not gold. Still, either way, just heartbreaking. I had that, like, heartbreaking moment where I didn't know about the batteries running out and deleting your save files until it happened. And I turned on my Pokemon Crystal one day, and, like, my complete Pokedex, all 251 Pokemon, and sure, the Celebi and Mew that I had friends trade me, they were probably completely hacked Pokemon. I admit, I know, I knew at the time, but, like, still, I had a full 251 on my Crystal, and I turn it on one day, and it's like, yeah, do you want to start a new game? I'm like, what do you mean? Where's my save file? And I looked it up and found out, like, oh yeah, you know, if you didn't manage to, like, swap the battery before it ran out, then your save file's just gone. It mostly is still in Sheffield. I have, like, a Rock Band drum kit literally, like, in my room there. But I'd gotten another Rock Band drum kit for the Rock Band karaoke stuff. So the drum kit, the Xbox, the microphone, that's still all in Sheffield. The guitars, Carl bought, so they'll stay in Sheffield. I've got, like, my Rock Band 4 guitar here that I didn't want to take, so we just got like some cheaper Guitar Hero controllers. So the guitars will presumably stay with Carl, but like the rest of it is mostly in Sheffield. I brought back my adapter, like the one so I could use my drum kit on Rock Band 4 while we weren't doing events. And then it got announced that like, oh yeah, Meltdown unfortunately has to close. I was like, well, I have the adapter that lets me play Rock Band already here, so it means that I probably made the right decision there, but yeah, the rest of it presumably will just me struggling to get an entire drum kit on the train at some point when I go to Sheffield, probably next year. Oh wow. Forgot they even had YouTube on like DS's, like 3DS obviously, but like, yeah, did it have Netflix on as well, or was it just like the Wii and the Wii U? The fact that like there was what, like Twitch and YouTube on the Switch, and I think Hulu as well. Like, who the fuck uses Hulu? Like, it's wild to me that they didn't ever actually have any the good old male combi. Like the fact that we didn't get like just Netflix on the Switch. Oh, I can imagine it's fucking horrendously bad, but like, you know, the Switch could run Netflix fine if it can run YouTube. Like, if it can run a Hulu app, it can run Netflix. It's just, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of the streaming services have been asked, like, you know, some of the developers of that have been asked, like, why haven't you put it on there before? Like, and it's like, no, you know, in theory we have an app like ready to go, but the Nintendo just don't want it on the Switch for whatever reason. And I think originally the reason is like, you know, I think they could get away with it first being like, well, we wanted to focus on making sure that it was like, you know, known as a gaming system first and foremost, and not like, you know, an all-in-one media console and stuff. It's like, okay, I get that, but A, it's been what, like we're on like the 7th year of the Switch. People understand that. And B, Hulu's on there, so what's the reason for nothing else to be put on there? Disables everything besides video player. In what sense? Oh dear. Okay, let's go back. Go back and heal rather than... I was thinking like maybe that's near the end of the route, but this route is quite long. I keep getting thrown off that we only have 4 Pokemon. But I've caught 5. Poor little Riolu who never knew what was coming. I'm just impatient and want XP. Okay. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, so there isn't any, like, you mean as in, like, there's no real YouTube functionality. I thought you were talking about, like, it disables, like, things on the Switch itself kind of thing. Like, functions of the Nintendo Switch, but, yeah, I see what you mean of, like, not being able to really interact with the video in any kind of way. And I did notice as well, like, when I use it, like, if I use the YouTube to, like, you know, put on my TV when I'm going to bed or whatever, I've noticed, like, it really messes around with the videos, like, trying to your video into like 1.5 times speed to watch a video, when it like loads up the next video, it like goes out of sync or doesn't load, and can be really up and down. It's definitely not an ideal way to watch YouTube. It's just one of those weird things, though, of like, you know, oh yeah, they have Crunchyroll on there, but the Crunchyroll app is... Crunchyroll runs badly anyway, but Crunchyroll on the Switch is like an abomination. Like when I went on holiday last, like, oh, you're gonna be flying for like an entire day. So I downloaded a bunch of One Piece, and then I got on to the... I downloaded them, set them all up, checked they were working. Halfway through my flight, like, it just loads again. Like, literally, I got, you know, watch one episode, it loads the next episode, and it goes, oh, well, we've lost all your downloads, like, you need to refresh it. And I'm like, what? And I try and resync it, and it's like, no, you need the internet to do that. I'm like, okay, but I don't have internet, and I downloaded these for offline viewing. And I'm in offline mode. So what the fuck's happened? And it just deleted all my downloads. Mid watching all of One Piece, like, it just downloaded, got rid of my downloads for One Piece and went, like, when I reconnected to the internet, it was like, yeah, all those downloads are gone now, you'll have to download them again. I was like, what happened? You just deleted them all mid me watching them with no reason. I was like, oh, it's just an absolute disaster. I mean, the Switch is fantastic for playing Switch games. For anything else, it's not great. Like, it's good at the one thing it was really built to do. And it's just like, it's literally, it's a, you know, mobile chipset that was built to just play some video games, and, you know, it does that pretty damn well, but everything else, it just, yeah, really struggles with. Like, I think the Switch, in terms of just, like, you know, being a thing that plays video games, I think it's, like, one of my favorite consoles I've ever had. The fact that, you know, obviously having, like, the hybrid of it playing handheld or on TV is, like, it does it really fucking well. Like, not a launch Switch, but like the updated Switch and the Switch OLED, like, they both have good battery lives. Like, I can't really complain about the Switch too much, but I mean, like, that's the thing, those games wouldn't exist on Xbox or PlayStation, right? Like, those publishers have proven that they're not making those games, and like, I don't think I'd be interested in, like, oh, it's Breath of the Wild, but you've got to go play it on an Xbox, and it's like, it runs a bit better. It's like, I'd rather just actually have Nintendo consoles. Like, I don't really agree with the idea of, like, just, oh, well, they'd be better on a different platform or whatever. It's like, I think Nintendo is very good at making, like, its own console that it understands, that it can, like, develop games for and optimize games for that one system that it knows. Like, they're very good at doing shit like that. And don't get me wrong, like, they used to do that, and it just, like, I mean, you know, I love the GameCube, but, like, they wouldn't exist as a company if they kept doing that, because they tried to compete in, like, power and stuff back in the day with, like, the N64 and the GameCube, and if they continued that way, they wouldn't be a company anymore. Like, I think they thrive off being unique. I don't think they, like, when they just tried to compete head-to-head with Nintendo and Xbox, they ended up losing. And that was why the Wii came out, and it's like, they're just not very good at seemingly keeping up with everyone and trying to do what everything else is doing. They're very good at doing things their own way and making something unique. Like the GameCube got outsold by the Xbox, and it's like the Xbox barely had good exclusive games. The Xbox was a bit more powerful, but it wasn't like noticeably more powerful. And also, like, you know, it was the first Microsoft console. Nintendo already had like multiple consoles, and just off branding, like name recognition alone, should have done better, but they didn't. Like, I get the idea of like, wouldn't it be cool if, you know, Tears of the Kingdom was 4K and ran at 60 frames per second? I'm like, yeah, sure. The Xbox had Halo 1 and 2. Like, that was, you know, that was Xbox. And like, that was enough. Halo 1 and 2 were groundbreaking enough and popular enough to pretty much like get, you know, enough people in the door that they sold more than a GameCube. But like the GameCube, you know, it had Super Mario Sunshine, Smash Bros. Melee, Metroid Prime, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess. Like, Twilight Princess doesn't really count because most people got the Wii version, but like the like, you know, Mario Kart, Mario Party, like they had a like even some lesser selling, you know, GameCube exclusives like Pikmin 1 and 2, I think are still like fantastic games. Not necessarily very popular, but yeah, just that in theory, Nintendo had more exclusives and should have sold more, but just Halo. Halo was that revolutionary at the time, and it's just sad to see like how much the mighty have fallen when it comes to Halo. It's like I don't know I've never heard of anyone say that they like went and got an Xbox for Halo 5 or Halo Infinite. Like, maybe some people got an Xbox for like Halo 4, but they probably got a 360 for like Halo 3 or Reach at that point. Like the amount of people that I know, including myself, that Christmas when it was like Halo 3 and Call of Duty 4, that's when I got a 360. That's why I got a 360, was Halo 3. And then COD 4 just happened to come out and was also excellent. And those were like the two games you got that Christmas. But like, yeah, Halo 3, I know almost everyone I know that got a 360 was because of Halo 3. You're about to get a time out for that intro. Shadow, just that's the sad part, is like there are actually a lot of people who got PS5 or a Series S for Hogwarts Legacy. Really? That like 7, 8 out of 10? But obviously that's just IP alone. Like, people love Harry Potter. It's like it didn't matter whether that game was a 5 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10. The Harry Potter kids were gonna be buying that game. Oh, can we go? You know what? I don't even think we can necessarily heal. I don't know if we've got the items about it, and I don't know whether we've got the access to the Pokemon Center here before the game just railroads us into this fight. Oh no, okay, we are allowed to go. I mean, like, yeah, I don't really having a subscription for a game that you like. I know that's how a lot of like MMOs, for example, work, but that's really why I've never gotten into an MMO that wasn't Destiny, because like, you know, that's an MMO light kind of game. But even though I play Destiny like all the time, I would never want to pay monthly for it or something like. But the fact that, like, you know, I don't I don't really mind like paying for Xbox Live, but it was bullshit for a while that like, yeah, with the free-to-play games that you needed to have Xbox Live or PlayStation Plus. I can't remember exactly when they changed that. The idea of having a free-to-play game that you had to pay like your Xbox Live sub for is just, that was real. Like, that's something I never really came across because I always had Xbox Live and didn't really play the like free-to-play games much. So I didn't even know it was a thing for a long time, but like, get rid of Destiny from the console. How do you mean? Like, you can still play Destiny 1 or 2 on it. I don't think that, like, it's ever been removed. Unless you mean, like, because, like, when it became free to play, you couldn't play it free because of PlayStation, if you didn't have PlayStation Plus. Is that what you mean? Because that would make sense in the sense of, like, yeah, for a long time they didn't allow you to play free-to-play games for free because you had to have the subscription for it. Because, like, yeah, either way, it's just, you know, it's a bad look to be like, hey, this thing is free to play, but also you've got to go and buy something to play this free-to-play game. It never made any sense. And, like, that thing is, I never came across it until, like, the stories came out that they were changing that, and I was like, but then it's not free. You definitely can still, like, play it all on PlayStation. I don't know, like, what it's like to play free-to-play on PlayStation with Destiny 2. But, like, all of Destiny 2 is still, like, on there and available and everything, and, like, I have all of Destiny and the DLCs and stuff on PlayStation and Xbox, and, like, all work fine. I don't know, again, I don't know what the free-to-play experience is like on either console, but... What does Lucky Chant do again? I don't remember how to, like... Maybe we'll just... There's not Destiny 1. On PlayStation, really? I always assume that... Oh, shit. Fucking hell. Nearly killed off Flabé because of a crit. Thought we were safe. I mean, we were safe. We were still safe from crits, but I thought we were in a bit of a safer condition than that. Lucky Chan. What's it do? Prevents opponents from landing critical hits on the user's party for 5 turns, even if they would always result in a critical hit. That might be worth keeping then. Yeah, just Googling it then being like, actually, that might be one of the most fucking useful moves of the run. I think we say, we keep Lucky Chan. Well then, I guess that's I'm gonna run the toilet and grab a drink for a minute. But I will put up a poll where we will be able to pick between which other starter do we pick? So I'll put up that for a minute and just go to my break screen for a mo. But I'm just going to put Charmander or Bulbasaur. 2 minutes, so everyone in chat, you know, bear with. I'll be back in a couple of minutes, but just decide for us.
Bang, okay?
Definitely worth the time. Legend 206 back long boy Legend 206 mid long boy Legend 206 mid long boy Legend 206 front long boy Legend 206 lesbian frog shadow 2.
Yeah, there's something with like I've clearly not remembered to program my Steam Deck correctly. I think it's like it doesn't unmute me when I go back live from going to taking a break. But yes, we did in fact just 100% of votes for Bulbasaur, and thank you for joining, Alex, and thank you for the sub. Shadow, it's always nice when you like do the subs and do the emotes and just hearing like Legend Long Boy, Legend Mid Boy, and it's like, oh god, the game just does not know how to deal with that. The grass type. 26 months is crazy. Like, it always reminds me like how long I've been streaming and people have been here. It's much appreciated. Yeah, I was muted for all of like 10 seconds. It's all good. But the Bulbasaur, what do we want to name the Bulbasaur? That's the real question. Yeah, it's all good. I'm muted often, but I'm generally quite quick at least, like, you know, responding. We can't name it Weed Boy, because, like, I feel bad, because, you know, the new grass starter is Weed Cat, to the point where I can't even remember the name of the... What's the name of the actual starter now? I can only think of it as, like, Weed Cat. You know what? Basil's a good one. I like it. What's that? What's Weed Cat's actual name now? I can remember Meowscarada. Sprigatito, that's it, yeah. I could remember, like, the final evolution name. Basil Bush, it should have been. You know, Basil, I like Basil, it's nice and simple. Oh shit, we get Venusaur right. Forgot about that. Oh, that's a real shame. Like, Mega Venusaur is, like, the worst out of all 4 of those Megas. In terms of design. Just, oh, its plant gets bigger. It's like, yeah, okay, you know. Granted, Blastoise just gets bigger cannon, but it's like, but it's a fucking hell of a cannon on its back. That's true. Gets thick fat when he Mega Evolve. I thought that was just its hidden ability. Again, you know, likelihood isn't wrong on that one. It's been a long time since I actually sat down and learned a lot of these things. Yeah, I think, like, in terms of competitiveness, abilities, Chlorophyll, yeah. Venusaur's always been super good. And Mega Venusaur even better, obviously, like. But yeah, like, just design-wise, I think it's my least favorite out of those 4, but to the point where it's the only one of those 4 I never actually made a competitive build for. But I'm aware of how strong it can be, yeah. They can see the beef. What the actual fuck? Yeah, I have very little patience for when... I prefer using Charizard Y in battle, prefer Charizard X's design. And the fact that it finally gets to fulfill its lifelong dream of actually being a dragon type, I think is quite nice as well. It's vital that this world becomes a better place, so I'm going to fucking nuke it to the ground. Yeah, exactly. Like, I think the blue flame doesn't necessarily look great in game, but just like the actual design of it having like the cool blue flames is really cool. Yeah, the black and blue is incredible. Like when Ash gets like Charizard, Mega Charizard X in the anime, for example, like the fire looks so good there. It just doesn't necessarily look great with like the weird like Pokemon 3DS models where like the fire's just kind of sat there. Similar with like Rapidash and stuff like that. A lot of like the Pokemon where it's meant to look like this cool flame, it's like, but it doesn't. It just looks like this weird, messy 3D like blob. It's why like Rapidash goes from being one of the coolest looking Pokemon in like, you know, Gen 5 Rapidash. Its fire looks like fire, but then its shiny looks like smoke. Whereas 3D model Rapidash neither look like the thing they're meant to look like. Like, I just think Pokemon looks nicer in 2D sprites and in 2D animation, generally speaking. I mean, I have no idea when it comes to anime. I've seen a couple of fights. Seen like Mega Charizard X in one fight. I've seen Ash Greninja's transformation and like remain a fight. Saw Pikachu do like a fucking Kamehameha. Bolt tackle thing, Z move. Like I've seen bits and pieces of like Ash's actual like victory battle. But in terms of modern anime, like I think it looks really good. I just haven't ever watched a lot of the like newer anime stuff at all. But yeah, yeah, that's the thing is like I do still like bits and pieces of Charizard and like, but I was talking earlier of just like, yeah, I am just tired of Charizard and all these Pokemon. Like you missed earlier, Alex, we were talking about the fact that like I really don't like Lucario, for example, because it's one of the Pokemon you get gifted in this game, and then we caught a Riolu. We got like the rare encounter and got Riolu on like Route 22, one of the first routes, and then it died, and I'm just like, I just don't care because it's Lucario, and it just got this like really fucking annoying push that just makes me not care for Pokemon like Lucario and Charizard. Ash's Surfetch came close to beating Cynthia's Garchomp. I mean, Surfetch is pretty fucking strong, to be fair. I mean, obviously Cynthia's Garchomp is like up there in terms of the games, into like, you know, it's in that stratosphere of like some of the scariest Pokemon you encounter in any of the games. Obviously, you know, not end game, but it's got a similar kind of status to the likes of Whitney's Miltank, of just striking fear into anyone that's like actually, you know, done anything with those games. Like, dear God. We'll do some long hair. Oh. Give ourselves bangs, why not? Oh. Yeah. Do we have to like unlock proper colors later in the game or something? yes, like, you know, obviously, like, it's become a bit of a meme of not letting Pokemon stay on all fours at this point, but definitely Sprigatito is one that it's like, it should have stayed as a cool four-legged cat. I don't mind Meowscarada's design, but I am annoyed that Sprigatito didn't stay on all fours. It's like, there's just so many starter Pokemon that just shouldn't become bipedal, even though they do. Yeah. Saber-tooth Sprigatito. I have not seen that fan art. Does sound cool. Yeah, totally not villain music. But it's definitely Diantha that the villain music is coming in for. And not like the angry man with the like explosive fiery hair and black and red theme for his suit. Definitely. And talks about like making the world uglier and like prettier and so it's like, no, it's definitely Diantha, the like bright white fairy woman design. It's like, no, she's definitely yeah. Lysander. Even Lysander's like an anime villain name, to be fair. Like, no one names their kid Lysander, and it's like, you're not going to end up this weird anime. Like, that's the thing is, calling it just in time is like a good name for a Pokemon to get. Calling your actual child just in case, like, that's one of those names where it's like, you should probably just call CPS now. Do not do this to a child. Was there a Lysander in Beyblade? I don't remember much about Beyblade anymore. I remember one of them was called Kai? Oh, I forgot about O-Powers, yeah. I'm gonna ignore O-Powers. I feel like they're kind of like those weird things that if you lean into them and abuse them a lot, like they can become these like really busted things to use when you get like the later game ones and stuff. Just getting like a 30-minute boost on like catching power or experience points or something like that. Like, as well, it's totally not obvious that you're gonna get one of these two Lucarios. Like, oh, this Lucario likes you as she wanders around with two Lucarios. I do think, in terms of design, though, she is one of my favourite gym leaders. Just this cool roller skating, Lucario loving gym leader. It's a shame that she loves Lucario so much. Like, she might be cool if she didn't just do nothing but go on about how much she loves Lucario. Let's see what we get. Oh, okay. We could just, kill off Bunnelby. You're already in our party. We don't need you. Go away, please. And what we should really do is every time we find a wild Pokemon, use Bulbasaur's Leech Seed on it. And then we're on like a timer to see what happens first. We catch it or it gets killed by Leech Seed. God no. Careful, Shadow. Can still time you out. Do not associate me with this Lucario slander. I can, you know, I'll take a joke about most things. Pancham, yes! Okay, that's a good pick. But associating me so heavily with Lucario is just not okay. I would have thought Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee were actually closer to the launch of the Switch than that, because the Switch is like, what, 6 years and, what, 11? Not 11 months, like 8 months old now? So that means it was nearly 2 years before we got the first Pokemon game on the Switch.
Very okay.
11 months, yay.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Lego. Thank you for subscribing again. Just in for some hopeful Pancham catching time. Oh god, it is working itself up though. Shit. Come on, Pokeball. Please. So, like, don't they say, like, Muda, 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 Muda in JoJo? And they're just shouting useless, 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 useless. Oh, so that's not clued up much on JoJo, but that's why Dio shouts that. It's just he's calling people useless as he fights them. That's fair enough. What do we do for Pancham then? What's Pancham's nickname? Or Pangoro's nickname? If good old Pancham can last that long. That's fair enough. Like, that's... When I say I don't know much about JoJo, it is on the list to watch at some point, do not worry. But I'm only vaguely familiar with bits and pieces that either my mates have told me or, like, bits that I've seen at a death battle and stuff like that. Can we name Pangoro the world? I mean, I feel like this is going to backfire. Putting so much pressure on this tiny little baby Pancham. It's now getting called the world. You know what? I think that's even funnier then. Because that means we've, like, completely missed the mark. And named it, like, after Dio instead of Jotaro, which is even funnier. Run back. There's just 2 Death Note intros, right? Because there's like part 1 with L and part 2 without Knight, and that's it. I think anyway. Should know this because, like, I watched it last year, or rewatched it last year, but obviously it's only like 28 episodes or whatever. It is weird how, like, such a short anime like that and Cowboy both are, like, you know, 2 of the most well-known ones. Like, fair enough because they're both very good, and I can see why they stuck with people. But like, obviously, you know, just the longer something goes on for, the more likely it would be that it becomes popular. But yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Mappa's like the really annoying one that just said yes to like animating everything at once, right? And basically just shout out a load of the work. Is that Mappa? Is that the one I'm thinking of? Come on, arm thrust. No. Okay. Have a nice. Seems to be a general trend at the minute of like animators in general just all being treated like garbage. It's like, you know, both kind of animators and like VFX workers seem to be both going through the absolute shit of just like getting completely just overworked and underpaid at the moment, and that's why there's so much like churn in those industries. Oh, Lobetown, nice. Yeah. Fairly far in past Alabasta at this point. No, not past Alabasta, but past Arlong Park, right? I can't remember which order Lobetown comes in. Okay, I thought it was like a couple of other bits like Drum Island and stuff before Lobetown, but fair enough, yeah. Been a good few years since I've watched like the early stuff. It's like, even though obviously like I rewatched it to get January, and it's like One Piece is so long that even though we're caught up now, it means that like we watched those things just years ago because we've you know, watched so many things in between each arc and everything. Yeah, no, we'll keep our old. We don't need Whirlwind. Yeah, yeah. One Piece does go absolutely ridiculous. In several senses of the word. That's all I'll say. That's all you need to know. But yes. Yeah, I don't really play many Pokemon likes. I just play Pokemon games. For the most part, like, the only real experience I've had not playing, like, mainline Pokemon games is probably playing Pokemon Infinite Fusion recently, over the past, like, what, year or so on stream, where we played that, and then I've played, like, a couple of other fan-made games and not got far into them. But generally speaking, I don't really play any games that are Pokemon likes or anything. No, we'll give Sleep Powder instead, because it might make it a bit easier to catch Pokemon. And then strategy games, like, I definitely don't really stream any I don't really stream any strategy games at all. I occasionally dip into some card-based games and stuff like that. The only one that I can really think of off the top of my head is just playing through, like, either playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Card games or just playing Slay the Spire, which is, you know, half card game, half roguelike game. Oh, and also, what was the other one? Why am I even bothered trying to fight Abro? What was it? Inscription. That was kind of a card game, but that was a lot of weird stuff. I mean, yeah, give it a shot. I think I like. I might not know it all. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. Like, Inscription was one of those where, like, I came away from it going like, oh, I really enjoyed that. Don't understand the people that are like, oh, it was my favorite game of that year, or like one of my favorite games ever. Really enjoyed it, but like, I don't think it stuck with me as much as when people are like, oh, it's the best game you'll ever play, and I'm like, I think for me, just because I played it like a bit after its release and listened to a lot of like content creators say that it was like their favorite thing ever, I think I just maybe got a bit overhyped about it before I played it. I think I would have probably much preferred going into Inscription pretty much unknown. But it was a really cool game. Just think it was, yeah, one of those experiences where it's like, kind of wish that I didn't have people hype it up as like the best thing ever before I played it. I thought it was really cool the way, like, it had, like, different phases to it where it basically becomes, like, you know, the same game, but, like, almost in, like, different genres, and kind of tweaked itself around and around a few times. Yeah. And obviously it just has like a lot of that cool like meta narrative where it's like talking about like the people that made the game and like the game creator and stuff, and this guy like rediscovering it, like all that all like the video sequence and stuff in it was really cool. And a really different way to like construct the narrative than most games. I'd highly recommend it for anyone that does, you know, like the sound of cool indie card game that does weird shit. It's definitely in that very different gameplay styling, but I think for anyone that like kind of likes the weirdness and the meta-ness of Undertale, it's, you know, got similar elements like that in very different ways. Not saying like, oh, it's an Undertale-like game. It's like, no, it's a card roguelike game with, you know, weird card rules and like deck building and stuff. But it has a lot of that like weird meta narrative to it in the similar style like the Undertale might. It's not scared to break the fourth wall or anything. I'm surprised they haven't made cards in real life. I would have just assumed that Inscription cards were like either, you know, available to buy or as like, you know, a limited run games thing you could, or, you know, a collector's edition or something like that. I would have just assumed that at some point they'd made Inscription cards. Yeah, I can see them being a like fan favorite on like things like Etsy, where just let the fans come up with it. Yeah. Now that's the thing, is I always appreciate fan bases that adore the game and go out of the way to make cool stuff like that. But it's kind of a bit of like, you know, it would be a cool idea if like the actual creators came along and did it, and you got like nice official versions, and you know, it's one of those, especially now that Etsy's become like filled with weird bots and people just trying to make a quick buck and stuff. Like, its focus is not necessarily what it used to be, of like, it's not all just a bunch of like cool creators trying to make their thing and sell them for reasonable prices. Like, a lot of it is now just people, you know, fucking stealing art and putting it on their own t-shirts and shit like that, and all like a bunch of, you know, AI based ones and stuff like that, where it's just like, oh yeah, we've just got bots like stealing artwork and reselling it and shit. Yeah, that sounds about right. Some like, you know, these crappy companies that are all just like, oh yeah, let's, you know, do our best to just produce, like, use machine learning to produce a bunch of like shit art made out of AI filters and stuff that's like just all as little effort as possible for us to make as money as quickly as possible. And well, shit. Yeah, that's good to see. Like, I just hate all that stuff. It both, like, you know, it's crappy to know that people are just out there doing that kind of stuff, and it also just ruins my trust in a website like Etsy that has so much of it just now being overran with like a bunch of cheap, crappy stuff. That it ruins it for everybody else that is actually there to make something that is high quality, and it's just annoying. I believe like a lot of people that were originally on Etsy have like moved on to other stores now and stuff, because Etsy's become the big popular one, and that's one that they all flock to. With Scrag again. Just like, you know, being out in a fucking UK city late at night, isn't it? Getting harassed on the street by like 5 kids that don't have the fucking pants pulled up. Yeah, I think the automation stuff of Redbubble, because it's so easy to be like, oh, here's a design, and then they automatically put it as like, you know, a design you can buy on 50 different things. I think Redbubble is also one where, yeah, it's real easy for people to jump on and very quickly just decide, I'm gonna put up like 5 JPEGs that I stole off other content creators and just sell them myself. That's true. Like, instead of knives, they're just throwing sand in my eyes. It's like, that's 4 accuracy drops before, like, the world can even do anything. The world just getting sand thrown in the face. Just, like, this is, like, not when you get harassed by teenagers. It's like getting harassed by actual children. It's like, they don't have knives or anything dangerous, they just have sand. You just piss you off a lot. Like, I did see, when Carl put up like a reference for one of the videos of just hunting down a picture like of this woman who on her luggage had got her entire face printed on her luggage. Just so that it's like, well, you know this is my suitcase because it's just my massive face. It's like, that kind of shit is absolutely incredible and I respect it so much. But the idea of just like walking down the street with a backpack with somebody's face just blown up on it. Well, that's just fucking... It's just funny. It makes a bit more sense when, like, you know, it's, I say, like, you know, you going on an airplane and, like, your luggage was being thrown around an airport and someone might mistake your luggage for theirs. Like, yep, just throw your entire face up on there. No one can question that that's not your bag then. Yeah. That sounds pretty fucking reasonable, to be honest. It's like, I just keep getting my luggage lost or stolen. I'm just gonna put my face all around it. Oh god, no. Yeah, no, it has one Pokemon. Fucking Corfish. That's like a very, very high level play to then go and just be able to steal someone's luggage. Like, if anything, being famous would be a disadvantage because, you know, people are going to recognize you more. And it's like you would be stealing luggage from a person that, like, knows your face well enough to put it on their luggage. It's a lot easier to be completely anonymous, put on like a mask and a beanie or something and just go and try and run at someone's luggage and run away. Nightbot's like, I saw the word Discord, I'm coming in. When a horde of Pokemon came out, you just thought about dancing. It's like, well, it's a good thing I've been cleaning up these streets from all those baby Scraggies. Oh, we forgot about that, yeah, in this game, the horde battles, you can, like, I think you can, like, guarantee them with honey and with sweet scent. Because that's why, Tropius, I had a Tropius that was level 100, just because it had Fly, Sweet Scent, and Earthquake, and it's one of the only Pokemon that like is able to have Fly and Sweet Scent at the same time, and a move that hits out all Pokemon at once. So it just became like this, just absolutely just chat of a Pokemon for me. Every time I needed to just train a party of Pokemon, it was like, I'm just going to go into the highest level field I can find and just get Tropius to annihilate everything. Can they be? They can be seeded, right? Yeah, Surf also works as well as words, as well as the like move like Earthquake and stuff, but it's just the fact that it could learn Sweet Scent and it could learn Fly, so you only needed like one Pokemon taking up the slot in the party. There's like barely any Pokemon that can look. Oh! I should have thought about that. Oh. Oh, Basil. We nearly ate shit. ORAS is Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, the remakes of the Gen 3 game. Yeah, it always throws me off that that Bulbasaur is grass and poison, because nearly every single starter starts off as a monotype, but Bulbasaur doesn't. Bulbasaur is always poison. Therefore, weak as shit at that inside beam that nearly killed us. I never did Primal Groudon, Primal Kyogre, but catching the Primal Groudon was tough. Like, I presume it was as tough with the Primal Kyogre, but those fights were nasty. Not only are they like mega legendary Pokemon essentially, they also have like those unique Precipice Blades and Origin Pulse moves that just tear you apart instantly. Stocked up. Okay, more. Five Pokemon of them. Oh, nice. Getting your Fennekin out. Yeah, I do really like Fennekins have the middle stage, but I always kind of tried to make the middle stage for Fennekin work with Eviolite rather than evolving it into Delphox. So like essentially some kind of wizard type character. Yeah, nothing stands out. I think I usually for Fennekin go with Zatanna, but Zatanna is obviously a female character. But I don't think I ever finished Okami. Really enjoyed it, but Skiddo. Polar race card. Yeah, it's I can't remember if it was. I think it was a PS2 game first before Wii. But yeah, I think it then got ported to the Wii, and that was where like the famous or infamous thing of like, I think it was the Wii version where the box art got printed with the logo from IGN on it, like the watermark of IGN. And it was like they just literally went to IGN and copied and pasted the like front cover for the game from the IGN website and just printed that. I think it was Okami that happened to. IGN watermark. Yeah, it was on Okami. The IGN watermark's just on the official, like, Wii cover. It's very, like, difficult to notice until it's pointed out. But yeah, it's just chilling on there. God. Like, it's one thing to, like, you know, utilize that for like a YouTube video or something like, oh, you got the wrong picture, that's got the watermark on it. Like, for Capcom to officially publish that box art and not notice, and not even just have access to their own box art from a game that was like a couple of years old. I think that's one of the weirder parts for me. It's just like, it's your game, Capcom. Surely you have those assets. Was the time. Yeah, I couldn't think of any like fail was apart from like, you know, Harry Potter references, and it's just like Yeah, I'm also the very clever person that came up with Bay for full Bay so. I never actually updated so going with Bay for Bay. Captured. There's a route somewhere in Lumio City apparently. When I picked my Pokemon for Lumio City, it was like, yeah, sure. Is it Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, or Ralts? Didn't get the option for a Ralt. It's somewhere apparently in the city. No, don't exit. Click on the app. Click on the app. Oh yeah, we have to. It's post game. Cool. Not even stab. Although, like, can we just question why Floor just isn't fairy grass? I mean, like, you know, that's just using it on an emulator, right? Like, just that is the nasty thing of, like, I wish those games would look nicer. Those are the perks of playing on like a 240p screen or whatever the 3DS was. I think it was something like that. I love how buff Centra is in this game. Which Pokemon just unnecessarily decided to literally buff Centra in the most literal sense. I was about to say, do you have a lifelong Twitch sub for yourself? Because, like, I gift myself, like, Prime subs when I remember, but I think it's on, like, a different Twitch username, technically. Still funny that you can do it though. I don't feel guilty for 1 minute taking that Amazon money that I'm paying for anyway. I know I mentioned earlier like the fact that I did think for a long time that Heart Gold and Soul Silver were like my favorite games, but then I played through them for like my YouTube and kind of have a lot of problems with them as well. My favorite gen in terms of like not remakes is probably, like, I haven't played them in a while, but it would probably still be Gen 5. But I just have a lot of nostalgia for Gen 2. That Crystal's the first one that I like really got into and really got hyped about playing. Like, I had Red, but I really got into Crystal a lot more. I remember trying to, you know, actually catch all the Pokemon and stuff in Pokemon Crystal, and eventually after years, but like, yeah, just I really am a fan of the sprites and like just the 2D battle system and stuff, like. But yeah, I also really like a lot of the quality of life stuff in the newer ones. I really just like, you know, having the XP share and having like the easy hyper training and easy EV training and all this jazz. Like, I would probably get, if I was like thinking in terms of competitive building and stuff, like, I would definitely find Gen 5 a lot more frustrating, but just going through them as like intended as Pokemon games, like, it would probably be either Black and White or Black and White 2. Or because I just get like very frustrated by a lot of things. Like, Gen 4's decent, and like I say I like those Gen 2 remakes, but Gen 4 was always super slow. Like, the game ran really slow, and I just don't know, it really frustrated me. And then like the XP in it is like really bad. But yeah, I'd say if it was just to like play through once and like be like, oh, which Pokemon game right now would you choose to go through the main adventure of? Like, yeah, probably Gen 5, but I do really like Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire as well. I really like, to be fair, I really like Gen 6, both in terms of X and Y and Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. But I don't think that Pokemon X is like the best of. But it's just one that I have a lot of fondness for. I really like the region. I really like a lot of the Pokemon introduced. But it does say that yeah, Gen 3, like Gen 2 and Gen 3 are like, for me, the ones in terms of nostalgia that I prefer the most. But, you know, going back to any game that before Gen 4, I hate the way that the games were before, like the physical special split of just certain types were physical and certain types were special. I don't like that system at all. The way we have it nowadays makes way more sense. Shit. Okay, wait, no, I did realise that was Route 5. I thought that was Route 6 for a second, I wasn't. Forgot to add Pancham into what tracker. Cases. Route 6, Route 7, and Parfum Palace. Then a bunch of, like... Yeah, we've got to get through, like, a bunch more routes, do the caves, and then it's on to Grant for the Rock Gym. That's... Yeah, there's, like... It's saying there's, like... What's that? 9 more chances to catch Pokemon before we get to the next gym, which is kind of a crazy gap between Gym 1 and 2. Yeah, mentioned earlier it was Mudkip, right? Best start for you. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So it was particularly Heart Gold Soul Silver that was the bad part in terms of EXP grinding, because that was just trying to grind to get to, like, actually decent level for the red battle at the end, where, like, all of the Pokemon are in the level 80s, and it's just... It's tough. Because, like, all the wild Pokemon you find are, like, level 40, and even the Elite Four, after you, like, grind them, are, like, in the 50s. And then you end up having to fight Red, who's got Pokemon that are, like, level 88 or something. I think his Pikachu was. Oh, the game's forcing me to go round the Route 7 rock. Down here. Oh yeah, this is just the little berry farm. I really I thought the rock gym was really memorable, with like the big like rock climbing around the middle part, with like the cool waterfall in the background and all the gemstones and stuff, and then you fight the fossil Pokemon. I always thought the rock gym in this was really memorable. Oh god, yeah, okay, let's not. Especially at 1.5 times speed, the roller skating is really not precise at all. Yeah, that's the thing. I think, like, I took it quite literally with the looking up like the Pokemon levels for Red, and was like, oh, I'll get to like level 80. That you can kind of just like blitz through a relatively lower level, but it's still annoying that like the level that you really would like to get to is like, you know, at least maybe like level 70 to make it quite easy. And that's just such a difficult level to actually get to in the game. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I definitely didn't remember the name of the gym leader. I like remembered him and his gym, but I definitely didn't remember his name. But I don't really remember the names of a lot of gyms or gym leaders. Like, I think I remember some of the earlier ones a lot easier because of like watching the animes that went alongside them. So I kind of learned those a lot better. A lot of them are like, you know, obviously Brock and Misty are like part of your main crew, but a lot of them are a bit more involved in the story than just, oh, you fought them one time and moved on with your life. Well then. I guess we just have to like cross our fingers and hope for a Honedge. Can we not walk through that? I can't remember. Is this the bit that you have to cycle through something? Oh, that was the bit you could only walk through. Yeah, Absol and Zangoose as well. Yeah, I might just have to level up my Pancham a bit and go for the KO on the Snorlax. Because Snorlax could end up just wiping my team out if I tried to go for the cat. got such a bad catch rate. Okay, get the Lucky Chant on the go. 3 Pokemon in this. Be nice if we could get that Fluette on the go, so we've got a bit more power with Full Baby, because Fairy typing is just like really quite nice to have, just in terms of how few moves any of these Pokemon have got to super effectively hit us. There's not many Pokemon walking around early game with like Poison and Steel type moves. Lucky Chant more off already though. Ah, thought we'd get the kill. I mean, I think escape ropes still exist even in the latest game. I can't say I use them often. I think they still exist. Generally speaking, I, you know, would just hope that I could, like, fly out the area, or dig out the area, or teleport out the area, or something like that. Sword and Shield is a key item. It's, like, a bit harder to maybe have one in, Scarlet and Violet, because it doesn't really distinguish between whether you are or aren't in a cave, I don't think. Yeah, I'm struggling to remember. Maybe go for a look again and then heal up. If there's a potion or something. Oh, routes, you would be. Maybe just swap Pokemon, actually. No, that was a bad move. They don't exist in Scarlet and Violet, so, okay. I may have accidentally lied to Fish then. They died. They died in the latest games. Oh, stop avoiding them. Go to sleep, Ralts. Come on. Right. Lucky Chant more off. Okay. Stop fucking about then. There. No, let's not. Gusset, a Water Dark, or is it just... Okay, Water type. We don't need to think about that, it's just... I want the move to hit, it should hit, Alex. That's beside the point. Just gotta, you know, you've gotta want it, that's all. Don't worry about numbers and math. It's all about feeling, not statistics. Not an RPG. Fine. I mean, to be fair, actually, if you get your affection up in this game, it does become Heart of the Cards moment. I'm not going to be using that because, like, again, in terms of, like, a Nuzlocke, I think it really goes against the idea of a Nuzlocke to just be, like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna raise all my affection and grind that so that they get, like, lucky crits or stay at 1 HP by lucky chance and all this. But the game, if you do it that way, does basically become Heart of the Cards. The amount of, like, bullshit, like, one-hit kills I've accidentally got on, like, Elite Four members because, like, oh, your Pokemon really wanted to crit, so it did. Really? Oh. Fuck you, Venipede! I forgot they could jump out the trees in this game. Oh! Fucking... Ugh! So Venipede jumped out of a tree in Route 6. So now this is the Pokemon that we get a chance to catch in Route 6. What Pokemon can we catch in Route 6? Ordino, Esper, Honedge, Kecleon, Nincada, Oddish, Sentret, Venipede. The last three are the ones you don't fucking want. Even Oddish can be okay. Oh, fucking Venipede. Fuck you. Why do... Ugh. Hate Scolipede. I hate it. Fucking... Yeah, the Honedge chance. The Honedge chance. It's gone. Because a fucking Venipede jumped out of bush. Bellend. I don't even want it. Kill it. If it survives this gust, it's earned its place, but fuck it. I don't like you. You've immediately made me hate you. You've ruined my chance for a good Pokemon on this route. Oh. Fuck him. Stupid Venipede. I can't believe that happened. I mean, like, I guess that's up to chat, but I think, you know, it's probably better of me to just be like, fuck it, it's mine. But if we all think it's like, we can give me a mulligan just because I didn't know that that could happen, then that's fine. But, you know, I also just think, like, maybe that one's on me. At least take a look at what it would have been. What if we run into the grass now? Like, if it's a Honedge, we give ourselves the mulligan. If it's an Oddish, we kill the Oddish. I think my most hated Pokemon's probably, like, the Pokemon I find most offensive design-wise is probably Brooksish. Be careful. Oh shit, double battle. Okay. Brooks says it's just, how can we design a horrible looking Pokemon? Double Furfur, okay. The Furfur designs don't, like, change the type in a Furfur, do they? Also, I forgot I'm fucking full my mug was. And just spilled it all over my face. Apologies. Yeah, I thought so. They just stay the standard normal. It's pretty heavy hits, to be fair. Might actually just switch Bane for the what you call it, the lucky chant. The one of those takedowns like manages to crit, that could be real nasty. Also, that Flower Veil's just really handy. It's a very nice little support partner Pokemon. Which all the more why I don't want like random crit to be fucking us up right now. Oh, that was it, headbutt. Yeah, that's a chunky headbutt. We haven't even really got anything that's like super defensive. I probably should Leech Seed the other one, but I was thinking just go for the kill on it, but the Tail Whip Headbutt combo is the maybe it's just worth me swapping out Basil because I think it's been a couple of Tail Whips on Basil at this point. I'm gonna say Bunstable. Probably a bad shout. No, I know it's a normal type, but I'm just worried about yeah, okay. Maybe I'm just gonna have to throw out Pancham then. So I was worried defensively whether Bunstable and Pancham can take the hits. But they're gonna start throwing fucking super potions out. Shit in hell. Careful here. Odd. Yeah, see, that's fucking dangerous. I think maybe if we go for the quick attack, hope they haven't got more healing options. Go for the quick attack and go for the potion. Also, I think Lucky Chant's probably worn off or about to wear off. I haven't noticed it saying it's worn off. Lucky Chant wore off. Shit. Okay, let's get Basil back in. That Pancham's 2 Tail Whips in now. Like 1 headbutt could be enough, I think. And we could get crit. Okay. Keep sound attack. Go for the HP. Go on Bay. Try and play it real safe. Holy shit. No, I have zero idea where you'd be able to watch any SpongeBob. Definitely not the right person to ask. I'm clueless on that kind of stuff. Gee. Depends where you're watching, I suppose. Different availability in every country, right? The lucky chance in. Just... maybe. We don't want takedown to lower our health. Please. I didn't think about how scary Furfrou would be early game. Obviously, it's this single stage Pokemon. So early in the game, it's like its stats compared to all little baby Pokemon are just through the fucking roof. Like 2 of them using Tail Whip and Stab Headbutt. Like that can go real wrong real fast. I can see why he gave me the warning about. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, do what you want to do, but yeah, it's not something we endorse. I'm not gonna sit here and like argue with people if you want to do it. Just, you know, don't be sharing info, etc. Stuff like that. Just as a heads up. Yeah. Something we argue about quite a lot. Or have to argue with other people about quite a lot, content creators. So I'm healed up, avoiding trees, trying to find the bee's knees. What would we have found? Okay. That's fine. I wouldn't have wanted a Sentra anyway. Now now at least I can feel better about the Venipede situation. Right, it just would have been a Sentra. Boring little Oddish. Like, if we walked in the grass and it was like a Honedge, I'm probably going to be like, yep, you know what? I'm going to give myself like that one mulligan because I didn't know you could encounter Pokemon in that place, but like, it's literally, it's fine. It would have been a Sentra. Grass. The grass is just the domineering grass. Like, I don't think they've ever had grass just like absolutely annihilate you as much as they do in this game. Like, normally when you're walking through the grass, you can at least see your character model. But in this one, it's like, no, fuck you, you're in the wilderness. Probably does, right? Time of day in this one probably does affect encounters. I have no idea what level our 3 current Stage 1 Pokemon evolve, though. I think the resist Iron type, right? Yeah. No, not sweet then. I shouldn't even be like killing these Oddish, just should leave them to just be little Oddish on their own. They give so little XP. Like a maze in here. Good on the route. I want to at least find like Pokeballs they have hidden around. Or at least a couple of them. I saw there was like a TM or something down there. Oh, Kecleon. Just such a like sad Pokemon in terms of like even giving it Protean didn't really help it. And now obviously Protean's been nerfed anyway, so like put Kecleon, I guess. Like, I feel like that would be a Pokemon that could get a really cool evolution or something to make it relevant, but I doubt it's gonna happen considering they've been happy to just let Kecleon sit there for like 6 generations and have nothing given to it apart from let's say apart from that Protean. It can be teased up on Arceus. Can it? Don't remember giving Oddish the ability to Batista Bomb at any point. I don't know, like, necessarily, like, competitiveness-wise, I don't think Vileplume or Blossom are great, but design-wise, I love Blossom. Yeah, Smokescreen might be quite useful. Is a Ninja Frog after all. We are getting like relatively high level low considering we're so far away from that gym being level 25. I mean, true. Arcanine is the best legendary Pokemon. The only legendary Pokemon. Favorite actual legendary. Not the biggest fan of legendaries in general, which is why I'm struggling to think. There's probably someone I'm forgetting. I like Lunala. Lunala is cool. The big moon Pokemon, obviously. There's not many. Like, I like the legendary beast. The redesigns of the legendary birds as well are pretty cool. I always quite like Latias. Xerneas is alright as well. I've just never been the biggest fan of legendaries, really. Most over-designed legendary. I guess if you can class them as legendary Pokemon, like any of the fucking Ultra Beasts. Like, but the Ultra Beasts aren't actual Pokemon. They're Ultra Beasts. They're not Pokemon. It's like they filled the same slot as legendary Pokemon did, and it's like it's just an excuse for them to have like fucking terrible designs. Like, I don't even know what's going on with Ultra Beasts. I mean, I'd say old versions Articuno, new versions, like the Galarian versions, probably Zapdos. But to be honest, you could probably ask me like tomorrow and I'd have a different answer. Like, I think that probably changes depending on my mood. Like, I really like all three of the Galarian redesigns. I think they're really cool. And like, where was the fucking AZ's Floette? Why did we never, ever get like some kind of event to get Az or AZ's Floette? Oh shit, yeah, we need to run away from that. Don't want poison being spat in my face. I mean, that's true. The last thing is, yeah, I just think they have the code for it in the game, do they? Yeah. Doesn't surprise me. But it's just very, very strange that we never got it. Like, I understand not being able to get it in the game, but as some, like, you know, I'd say some event-type Pokemon. But yeah, like, all three of the original Legendary Birds, like, I think are, like, cool, but aren't great. They're not, like, fantastic designs, they're just, like, good designs. I think all three of them had a little bit, like, just something was, like, not quite perfect about them. Something was, like, either, like, a bit missing or something, but yeah, just, I think that's what the Galarian ones solve a bit, is they just change them up a little bit. Like, Zapdos was, like, pointy, but never quite pointy enough. And Articuno was, like, elegant, but never quite elegant enough. And then, yeah, Moltres was just on fire. Right, I'm going to leave it there for now. I've just realised that it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. Rip in peace to Riolu. We hardly knew you or wanted you. And, yeah, I mean, slightly less now that you know, we gave ourselves the chance of that, like, centric mulligan, but fuck that Venipede either way. Just came out of fucking nowhere. Just glancing at chat, trying to get back to where we were, and there's a fucking Venipede in my face. Like, what happened? We'll update our little tracker. Like, Route 6, what did we find? A shitty little Venipede named We Killed It. Thank you all for watching along, and just, yeah, we'll be continuing on Nuzlocke same time next Thursday. And I think we've done relatively well. You know, we've had one Pokemon faint out of silliness and a couple of close calls, but the fact that we ended the first night of the Nuzlocke and we still have, like, well, we actually now have a team of 6 and we're not struggling to dear life. Obviously, that can all change in a in one double battles through moment, but we've got there so far. Yeah, and thank you all for watching, and yeah, I'll usual routine now will be like Mass Effect Mondays for Mass Effect 2, Link to the Past for Tunic Tuesdays, and then yeah, Pokemon X Nuzlocke for as long as we can last on Thursdays. So yeah, thank you all for joining, and I hope everyone has a lovely day, evening, or night wherever you are.